Hello, welcome back. I'm Carrie and this is me on gardening. You might be able to tell from my shirt that we're doing something different today. I thought I would take you through around Surrey where we're based and go to a couple of garden centres. So this will give you an opportunity to see what our local garden centres like. I think we're going to try and go to 2 or 3. We can check out the prices, what we're hunting for, autumn colour. I'm thinking anemones, I'm thinking asters, maybe a couple of other little goodies. We'll see what they have. We're also going to go on a little picnic, and by we, I mean me and my girlfriend.
Hello.
Where are we going?
I think it's called Betchworth Lake.
Betchworth Lake.
It's in between 2 garden centres, so it's quite a handy spot for lunch.
Awesome. So back to me. So the first garden centre that we're going to is a place called Squires. Now I haven't been here in a while. It's not the biggest garden centre, but let's go check it out and see what they have in stock. So, quite a nice array of stuff, quite a few sales on as well. I will say that the compost is a little bit steep. It's 2 for 15, which puts it on a deal at £7.50. But I want to show you that there's these kind of reduced to clear sections just here. So you can see that there's poppies, for example. So these things are perennial, and though they don't look great now, the size of the pot suggests a really good, healthy, strong root base. So when you're buying plants out of season, you're going to get them cheaper than the ones that are full of flowers that are currently flowering. Okay, all you need is patience to wait, just about 12 months, and you can save yourself a lot of money in the long run if you do this. So we found some beautiful anemones. This one is Dainty Swan, but it only grows to 45 centimeters, and I need the tall one. I need Charlotte or a different cultivar, but it is pretty. Quite good. Almost like Geranium Roseanne. It's called Blow Me Away, 40 by 45 centimeters. And flowers from spring to the first frosts. I'm not going to pick it up, but if you're watching, this might be a real workhorse for you. Right, so as I've gotten older, I've learned to be a lot more restrained. If I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't buy it. That begonia was so tempting, £2.50, and it probably had about 3 months left, and I'm still thinking about it. Unfortunately, I mean, they had Perovskia. There was a variety I'd never seen before, which I filmed. I'll probably voice over a little bit of what we've just done. Rudbeckias, but no asters, which is surprising because, you know, it's such a beautiful thing, and they are, you know, turning to flower now. Anemone, yes, but too small. I want, you know, at least a metre to 1.5 meters, because I've got a big space to fill and I want lots of flowers. I want a big plant. So that was Squires. A lot of deals, good value to be had there. Beautiful cafe, really kind of almost a Art Nouveau Parisian style cafe. Negatives were soil compost, a bit over. I wouldn't come here for that. I would come here though to maybe grab a bargain, see what they have, a couple little varieties of things I've never seen, and a really large shop. Lots of snacks, international snacks, a lot of sugar-free little biscuits and things like that. So yeah, pretty good. We're probably going to stop for some lunch because we're starving, and then we'll go to a nursery called Knights. So we are now at a garden centre called Bucklands. This is right next to the Squires garden centre that we just went to.
It was a spontaneous decision.
Spontaneous decision. So I'm going to jump out quickly, see what the prices are like, see what they have. And of course I will take you along with me. This is even more expensive, but this one looks quite good. £8 a bag. Quite nice, spacious, a lot of statues. A lot of pots, a lot of garden care. So these are 3 for $14. 1 litre pots, quite good. Just love yarrow. Absolutely adore. 3 for $27. 2 litre pots, not bad. These are tempting. These are very, very tempting. Nice size, looking healthy. 3 for $14. Oh my gosh. Really good looking ferns. Little baby tree fern, Dixonia, £17, not bad. So that was great. They had about, I want to say like 12 different varieties of anemones. I didn't know there was that many. And of course I had to end up buying one. I had to get one. And I'm going to show you. Let me just flip this around. So I got Serenade. And we've got quite a few little flower heads coming. It's still a baby, but you can see beautiful like yellow center there. Nice kind of pink. Not as faint as some of the other ones. And we can get to 90 centimeters tall, so I wanted the larger one. So this is going to do quite nicely. Only one thing from there. Really good garden centre actually. So that was a really good garden centre. I think 3 for $14 on 1 litre pot perennials. Is a big steal. Remember, when it comes to gardening, you are paying more for time. However, if you buy those 1 litre pots and you take them home, you pot them up into a bigger pot, within a couple of months, you know, you've got beautiful large plants to plant out next year, and it literally cost you half the money. Really good garden centre. That was Bucklands. Highly recommend it. So we are just arriving now at Buckland Park Lake. Now this used to be an old sand quarry. Let's say take design cues from nature, because nature has a way of almost showing you how to garden if you really look for it, if you really look for the views. It can also tell you how best to grow a plant. I mean, look at this Oenothera. Sandy soil, quite well draining. Gardeners laboured to create these sorts of views and vistas, and you can definitely see how being aware of your surroundings and really looking and taking it in can really inspire you and help you be a better gardener and better garden designer. To grow a plant really well, have a look at it in its natural habitat or where it's doing really, really well, and try and emulate those same conditions in your garden. Right, so we just arrived at Knights. I've already been to Knights quite a few times and I like it because I think it is one of the best selections for annuals. Their annual kind of area is massive. From about late spring and hopefully up to now, you can find some really good stuff there, good prices. The other thing it's quite good for is alpines. It's got quite a good alpine section. And the third thing that's really good about Knights are the prices. Last time I came, it was 2 litre pot perennials for, I think it was $10.99, but they're always quite large. You know, I know we just did $9.99, but the root system, the root base, there's a little smaller plants, so Knights normally comes through on that kind of value and kind of selection for annuals and for alpines. So let's go take a look and see what it's like today. Look at the size of this penstemon. $9.99. Penstemon arabesque red. Lovely. Look at these echinaceas. Sunseeker series. Love this. This is great. Look at these figs. I'm really tempted to pick this one. That is ripe for the picking. Should I? I don't know how much this is, but I'm sure it's expensive. Grasses, grasses, grasses. Good shrubs, good hedging. Good selection here. Well, does this remind you of any garden in particular? Not only my favourite grass, this just makes anything look good. I mean, I'm so envious actually, these are so nice and upright. I need to manicure mine a bit more, but those are glorious. Super tempting, smells absolutely delicious. Macastrum, 120 high. This is what I want to continue our meadow out the front. You can see that kind of ponytail flower. Great for bees. Big salvias. I'm in the trees. Oh, this is fun. Heuchera just looks like rows of colourful cabbages. Gorgeous. $4.99 for this pack. Very tempting. Oh, big one, 2 for $10. You can see we have a tricky time when we go out and about to the garden centre. But look, this is the makings of maybe a shady pot for in our little Southeast Asian area. So, I mean, you may have noticed I didn't film a great deal in there. Two reasons. There wasn't that much in the way of perennials. I mean, I did show you a little bit. Amazing shrub and tree area, especially if you're looking for things like aces. If you're looking to have already established cloud pruned things, really, really good. Nice little cafe, which I didn't show you, but the bedding area has just been scavenged. Half price on begonias. The impatiens, which you've seen, were 2 for $10. Really nice established plants, and again, there's still probably a few 3 to 4 months left of flowering here. So yeah, the other reason, of course, why I didn't film as much as I could have was because my hands were full, because I'm insane. So we might try and get to one more place. So we got 2 plants for maybe a shady pot, let's say, because one person did leave a comment, can you please make a little pot for somewhere a bit more shaded? So I'm actually going to try and achieve that. I've done a big gardening no-no where I've got 2 out of 3 from a garden centre, which is kind of playing roulette, because you're not quite sure if anywhere else is going to have that third thing that you're missing. However, I'm going to take that risk today. So that was nice. Is this going to turn into a tier list video? I don't know. So far, I think it might be Bucklands, then Squires, then Knights, I would say. It just was a bit bare today, that's all I have to say, but a couple of deals to be had. Like you saw, I think they were 3-litre pot salvias, actually really nice big plants for $9.99. That was a really good price. So, on to the next. So we've just arrived at the best, sometimes the best garden centre of all, and that of course is the love of my life, Homebase. So let's go take a quick look at the stock and what the prices are like, and of course we need to find the third plant for our little shaded pot project. Super good selection of houseplants. These could be quite fun, but I don't want more foliage, I want more flowers. Guys, it's not looking good. Homebase, normally reliable, not looking good today. Although these are looking good. Poco series. These are the small ones. Looking lovely. What is going on? There's nothing here. The deliveries just come in. You can see Homebase is going to have a lot of echinaceas. at £10 each. Not bad. How shade tolerant do you think we'd be here? That's not the right colour. Oh my god, did you see that? I couldn't believe it. That's the first time Homebase has ever let me down like that. Shocking. I'm absolutely shocked. Hardly anything there. Even bedding. What's going on? You did see the shipments, guess that have come in and they haven't unpacked it yet. Some nice echinaceas in there. So it was a bit of a letdown, but those cyclamens saved me. Or saved us, I should say. Saved the content. So cyclamen flame, those flower from August to January, so we'll see how it all kind of looks together. I also got 2 pots from there. Homebase is going at the very bottom of the tier list for today. It's unfortunate, normally they pull through. So everyone's allowed to have a bad day. So we're going to go back home, back to the garden, and I'll do a quick little roundup of the day and everything that we got. And we're back. See, the thing with gardeners is that we don't actually like being anywhere apart from our gardens. Our little haul! 2 sweet potato vines, 9 cyclamen, those impatiens, and our anemone. I think that's going to look really, really good. And we got these 2 pots from Homebase. Whoop. So you can see that is a 28cm pot. That is the cheapest pot that Homebase does. That is a £5. Of course, you will have to drill your own holes and find a way to get holes or drainage in there. Or just, you know, very easy freestanding little pond or bird bath or something of that nature. Right, so I'm gonna leave these for another video, but I'll show you the anemone again. I think I've already shown you, but not a bad little plant. That darker, should be darker than you know, things like September Charm or Conagin Charlotte, things of that nature, which is quite nice. And again, tall, 90 by 75, so as it goes on this should become a big chunk. And you can see we've got the flowers. I'll probably plant this out when we do the shady pot. Okay, so all in all, we had the 2 pots were a tenner, the 2 impatiens were a tenner, the 2 sweet potato vines were a tenner, the cyclamen almost a tenner, they were £9, and the anemone was £9.99. So let's see here, we got 10, 10, 10, 9. And of course £49 all up, so 39 on plants, £10 on pots. Is it the cheapest, most economic haul? No, and I kind of wish that I got that begonia, that white begonia, at £2.50 each. They would have been great actually, for our little pots that we're going to do. But again, I'll do those in another video, and I'll plant the anemone in another video. Sadly, not a lot of asters. I don't know if it's maybe too early for them. I saw a couple at Bucklands, but I didn't like the look of them. They're a bit scraggly, and you know, they'd obviously gone through some kind of spell of drought. They'd been a little bit withered down the base, which is okay, but you know, didn't look the best for a tenner. And I thought there would be more Perovskia, but you know, I don't know if I'm going to get to that in this year. Basically, what I wanted to do was I wanted to redo all the lilies and make the garden a little bit more kind of salvias and Perovskias and asters, and make it like really cool and blue, which would give us like a good amount of colour, and anemones, you know, good amount of colour all the way through to maybe even the first frosts. So it's fine that they didn't have them. Let me know what you think about this, whether you enjoyed going and having a look at some Surrey garden centres with me, having a little look around. Hope this gave you some entertainment and some little tips and a little insight into the kind of life of a garden frenzied person down in the south of England. Thank you very much for watching, Hope you found it enjoyable. If you want to stay up to date and watch the future videos, and especially watch me doing the pots of what we just bought, make sure to subscribe, click the little notification bell, that will alert you when the new videos drop. And until then, cheerio.